So, you dragged me here.
Right.
What are we reviewing?
Well, this is going to be a little bit special. James is going to join us as we review one of our favorite childhood movies, Zorro the Gay Blade.
I saw that movie. It sucked.
What did you just say?
Zorro the Gay Blade sucks. I called it Zorro the Dumb Blade.
Stop.
What? I'm just saying it sucks.
And you stop speaking!
Well, it's true.
Get out of my channel. Get out of my videos. Get out of my house!
Get out of here! Get!
I have no son!
What about me?
I have one son!
What about me?
I have one son and one demon!
Do you like fun and adventure? Then sit back and enjoy the Brothers Not Lovers as they discuss all things movies. What's overrated or underrated? What makes you go really? Or how dare you? Or even just simply how funny this movie can be. You have the insightful, intuitive Davey, who is awesome. And you have the film bestie, Josh. He's there.
Hi, I'm Davey. I'm awesome.
Hi! I'm the film bestie. I'm even more awesome.
At least he introduced himself this time. And welcome to the Brothers Not Lovers movie review.
We are going to be reviewing My Stepmother as an Alien.
No, but someday we should. But the movie we are reviewing today is one of our favorites from our childhood.
Dude. Debbie Does Dallas is rated X. We can't do that on your channel.
That is not one of our favorite movies from our childhood.
It's one of mine.
You didn't see it when you were a child.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
Or was that Deep Throat?
You didn't see that either.
I saw something.
You saw Nana changing.
That would explain why I was so afraid of it at first.
What is this? I know I said enough with the horns, but you have to drink your beer out of one of my mugs?
Hey, this is coffee. What makes you think it's beer?
The fact that it's beer?
If it was beer, I'd be drunk by now.
You are drunk.
I'll tell you when I've had enough.
This movie was made in 1981.
That's the year I was born.
Good.
It was directed by Peter Middick.
Written by Johnston McCulley, Hal Dressner, Greg Alt, and Don Moriarty.
Based on the characters by Bob Randall.
Produced by C.O. Erickson and George Hamilton.
Made by Melvin Simon Productions, Estudios Chorobaso, and Aztec S.A.
And distributed by 20th Century Fox. Ladies and gentlemen, the zany, sensational, sexy, Zorro the Gay Blade.
You know what they should have called this movie? ASA.
Huh.
They should have called it Signor Estepane, the Alcalde.
I prefer Zorro the Gay Blade. In the beginning, the movie is dedicated to Robin Mamelin.
Really? That how you pronounce it?
Hell if I know. He was a director of many movies around the era when movies started going from silent to sound. He directed such classics as the original Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde and The Mark of Zorro.
Ooh.
Then the movie opens with some old-fashioned footage of Zorro from the original times, and it tells the tale of Zorro, how he was a hero for the peoples.
To the landowners, however, he was a real pain in the ass.
Sounds like a real troublemaker.
Yeah, but that kind of trouble can be solved with some preparation H. Then we go to Madrid, Spain, to the home of Don Diego de la Vega, played by George Hamilton. And he is with a woman who is asking if she is a good wife, and he assures her she is a wonderful wife.
Then why doesn't my husband ever say that?
She's not his wife. Like she's having an affair with Don Diego.
Oh. 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 Oh!
There it is.
Because he's not intelligent.
And he is not in Barcelona.
Uh-oh. Of course this man wants to kill Diego for sleeping with his wife. But he can't. Diego is far more skilled than he is, younger than he is, stronger than he is, more agile than he is, probably better at Parcheesi. Diego even says to him, "You would need 4 of you to beat me."
That is why I brought my 5 brothers.
5 brothers? Plus him? 6 children. His mother must have really liked sex.
Good God, lady. It's a vagina, not a clown car.
In the middle of this fight, Don Diego's servant Paco, a mute, jumps to show him a letter from Don Diego's father.
Come? Oh, father wishes me to return.
So Diego makes his escape so that he can head to Los Angeles, California.
Why would you want to go there?
You gotta remember, this was like really old Republic of California before it was part of the United States.
Why would you want to go there?
Adios, mi amor.
Oh, that Spanish accent. I used to do that and make my wife melt. I'd look at her and say sexy things like, "Tienes muy bonita mujeres. Bésame mucho, mi corazón. ¿Dónde está mi drogas y mi pistola?"
Hey, I make my wife melt all the time.
Yeah, by putting her on a hot lamp because she's made of plastic.
Yeah.
But you know what? She's dead. Get over it. Move on.
It's hard, man. There's so many good memories. The noises she would make when she deflated. The time she gave me pink eye.
When Diego arrives in Los Angeles, California, he is greeted by his childhood friend, Esteban,
It is Capitan Esteban now.
played by Ron Liebman. And also,
Diego! Ah! Oh!
his wife, Florinda, played by Brenda Vaccaro.
For all you wondering, this was made in 1981. They didn't cast Mexicans.
I'm sure there were some Mexicans in the movie.
Yeah, the ones privileged enough to be extras.
Now that the pleasantries are out of the way, Esteban explains to Diego why...
That's Capitan Esteban.
My bad. Explains why his father could not be there to greet him, and why Esteban
Capitan.
is acting as alcalde.
Awesome Davy.
Yes, Film Bestie.
What is an alcalde?
Glad you asked that, Josh. An alcalde is a magistrate, or mayor, if you will, of a Spanish town or province, or Portuguese, or Latin American town.
Thank you. That was very informative.
You are welcome, Josh, because as you remember, knowledge is power.
He was out riding when his horse was frightened by a turtle.
His father was thrown from his horse and died almost instantly.
I want you to know that the turtle who caused this has been executed.
And that turtle soup tasted like justice.
Don't you think he knows that's not the truth about a turtle? Oh!
Hey, if El Capitan says he was a turtle, it was a turtle, man.
Oh my god, you're gonna root for Esteban throughout this entire review, aren't you?
I like manly authority, okay? Get off my back.
After Diego has visited his father's grave, he and the other landowners need to elect a new alcalde.
I nominate Capitan Esteban!
The other landowners like Esteban,
El Capitan Esteban.
because he's taxing the people harshly. And the ones who can't pay, he's punishing even more harshly.
Viva Alcalde Esteban!
It's so nice when good people finally get the recognition they deserve. Viva Alcalde!
The new alcalde addresses his people and tells them that he's going to start taxing them even more. And of course they're unhappy about this because they're already paying him more than they can afford. And then an American woman of all people speaks up for them.
Stand up and spit in the face of the wind of tyranny.
Charlotte Taylor Wilson, played by Lauren Hutton.
You could drive a field truck through them teeth.
And she has the honor of being the only white person in this movie actually playing a white person.
Whoa, she is!
The crowd is basically being told to ignore her, and this gives her and Diego a chance to talk.
You better be careful there, Diego. You'll find her hard to resist when she's once bitten. Yeah, because she's in that movie.
I know. However, because Diego is one of the landowners, Charlotte Taylor Wilson wants nothing to do with him. So she leaves. But you know what? Good for you, Diego. Forget her. Go find Dora.
Oh, so lame, I should kill you.
Back at Diego's home, he gets a package.
Where do you want me?
Why would someone send a coffin? There's also a letter.
Paco, please, you read it to me, eh?
I don't know what's more messed up. The fact that he's making that old woman carry a heavy coffin all over that room, or that he's having his mute servant read his letters.
Well, what about the most messed up part?
Huh.
She's got Nicolas Cage in there.
The letter is an invitation to a masked ball. An invitation by Esteban.
Alcalde Esteban. Show some respect, dude.
And it's to celebrate him becoming the alcalde. As far as the coffin, that was from Diego's father, who wanted it delivered to him after his death.
Something about your destiny.
Destiny! Destiny! No escaping death for me! Destiny! Destiny! No escaping destiny! What? Oh.
Wrong movie, dude.
Oh, okay.
Inside the coffin is a black outfit and a sword. There's also a wanted poster with a letter.
Come on, man. That poster has a lot of letters on it. Put them together, form sentences, paragraphs. They even use them for books.
Yeah, Josh. What a dummy I am.
Ha 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 ha. You illiterate bastard.
I am not illiterate. My parents were married. The letter is addressed to one of his sons, because he doesn't know which son was going to read that letter.
He has a brother?
Oh, we'll get to that. But whoever is the first one to read that letter inherits the right to become Zorro.
Perfect custom to wear to the ball of a time.
That's Alcalde, tyrant. To you, mister.
Paco also has a costume that he says is a bear.
You're supposed to be a duck?
I get that it's not a very good bear costume, but what freaky-ass ducks are you talking about that have fur?
I will allow you that you are a pig.
This guy's really bad at guessing these things.
Yeah. What is he supposed to be? A duck-billed platypus?
A shark?
Baby shark?
A zebra?
A hyena?
Billie Eilish?
A spider? Not saying there was one around, I was just saying... Never mind. They leave for the party and encounter a bandit who has just robbed an old man and his granddaughter. So Zorro chases him down and then takes him down.
I beg your mercy from your flashing blade and from your hideous dog!
You know what? Of all the guesses, I can buy that he looks like a dog.
Yeah, Billie Eilish.
Zorro says that he will spare his life so that he can tell his friends about him.
What friends?
You know, other criminals.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they don't socialize normally.
Fine, then who can you tell?
My mom?
Fine. You tell her there's a new Zorro in town, and he's got his name written all over her.
Yeah, I can't tell her that.
Fine, just tell her to watch her step.
Okay. Okay. Mom? Yeah, watch your step. Yeah. Yes! Don't make me say it. I love you. God.
I know this was for a bit, but our mom's dead. Who the hell were you just talking to? And Zorro slices a Z into the tree.
I love it.
They take the bandit's money and take it back to the old man and his granddaughter. But they inform him that that was not a bandit, but rather a man named Velasquez.
The alcalde's tax collector.
You will do days for this.
Come on, man. He didn't, murder anybody or commit some kind of a sex crime. He stole the government's money. He'll be lucky if he ever gets out of prison. The old man and his daughter actually now have more than they had before, so they can distribute some to the other poor. The old man asks, "Who is he?" So he cuts a Z into their door and asks if they recognize that sign.
It is a number 2.
Yeah, totally. That's 2. That's how I make my 2s.
Clearly. But Diego insists it is a Z for El Zorro.
Praise be to God, you are back.
Dumb old man. Don't praise God for a criminal. You pray to God that El Capitan, the alcalde, takes that criminal to justice.
He's not a criminal. He's stealing from the rich and giving to the poor. He's like Robin Hood. Do you think he's a criminal too?
The poor sheriff of Nottingham.
Now to the ball. Charlotte is being told to leave, but Zorro insists on taking her inside. But this does cause a problem for Paco, since now Charlotte is technically his +1.
There is your invitation, Senor Beaver.
Pig. Dog. Beaver. Yeah, Billie Eilish.
When Charlotte gets inside...
Now do you mind telling me why you're at my costume party without a costume?
First, tell me, why are you the only white person in this movie who isn't even trying to pretend that you're Mexican? Florinda has Charlotte taken away so she can be put into a costume and a mask.
A really big mask.
While that's happening, Florinda requests a dance from Zorro. But in the middle of their dance, Esteban is informed by Velasquez about what happened and that Zorro is actually there. So he goes to confront Zorro.
Finally, the real hero of the movie is about to nip this... That's Rachel's dad!
But Zorro is clearly a superior fighter to the alcalde. Florinda is only really concerned with the fact that this is ruining her party.
Oh yeah, Zorro's ruining her party, her big night.
She's on his side.
Whore!
But of course now, Zorro has to fight off not only Esteban and his men, but he has to say goodbye to Charlotte. As Zorro takes his leave, he broke his foot.
Good.
Florinda drunkenly goes to Diego's house and wants to get inside. She starts climbing a ladder into his room. But Diego is not interested.
Because he respects the ring. And he respects that she is the wife of the alcalde.
No, you're sitting on my foot.
Florinda explains to Diego that her and Esteban only make love 12 times a year.
Once a month ain't so bad.
I mean 12 times in one night, and then for the rest of the year, nothing.
One night, huh? What a stud. The alcalde is a busy man.
But all of a sudden they hear the alcalde coming. So Diego hides Florinda in the coffin.
As far as I'm concerned, that cheating little floozy, she's staying there till she dies.
Since when have you ever cared about somebody being faithful?
First of all, she's being unfaithful to most powerful man, a hero of the peoples, the alcalde. And it's not with me!
The conversation between Diego and the alcalde starts off pleasant, but then the alcalde starts to suspect Diego of being Zorro. So he has him get up and walk and run and jump. And then all three
We're walking and running and jumping in place. And we're walking and running and jumping in place.
And we're walking and running and jumping in place. And we're walking and running and jumping in place. And we're walking and running and jumping in place.
He's so authoritative.
He's convinced Diego is not Zorro.
For now.
But he's still very angry.
The way that man taunted me.
Well, that's not good.
It's your opinion, pal.
The alcalde leaves, so Diego goes to check on Florinda, who surprisingly is not hurt.
Thank God for small favors! Don't touch me!
Well, maybe now you'll know what it means to be faithful.
Since Diego's foot is broken, he cannot ride and he cannot fight. So he cannot be Zorro.
Good.
3 weeks goes by, and the alcalde is terrorizing the people, punishing them.
Liberating the people.
He's punishing them and torturing them, trying to get Zorro out of hiding.
Well, how else is he supposed to do it?
Then Diego has a visitor.
Ramon! Ramon! Ramon, my brother's back!
Ramon is his twin brother, who is on leave from the British Royal Navy. And he does not go by the name Ramon anymore. Apparently that name was not masculine enough.
I'm Bunny Wigglesworth now.
Actually, yeah, that's better. I could totally see Bunny.
Right, yeah.
We should change Roman Reigns' name to Bunny. He'd be tough.
But now Bunny, has to hear about his father. And Diego has him read the letter that he got from his father.
It is the destiny of the Vega men to become Zorro.
Zorro!
Man, this sucks.
What?
Well, their dad dies. They find out he's some kind of a super villain. Our dad dies. All we're going to find out is how much debt he owed.
Diego informs Bunny that because of his leg, the people are suffering.
I cannot be Zorro.
But you can!
What? Bunny says he doesn't fight.
Wasn't he in the Navy?
Diego asks, well then how do you defend yourself?
Well, actually, I'm not all that bad with a whip.
You know what? You go ahead.
Oh, no, I'm not touching that one.
Bunny agrees to be Zorro, but not if he has to wear that plain black suit.
I want the world to recognize Zorro the Gay Blade.
He said it!
He said it!
Bunny, as the new Zorro, makes an appearance, taking on Velasquez while he's collecting taxes. And his new outfit is, well...
Plum.
Yeah, sure. Velasquez also reports to the alcalde that he spoke a little different.
That's right. The alcalde will not tolerate failure. He must break it.
Why are you talking Russian? Never mind. One of the other landowners comes by and reports that Zorro, dressed in banana yellow, just robbed him.
Do we get to see that?
No, they just tell us.
Aw, I could have seen bananas.
Then another one comes in and says that he was also robbed by Zorro, but he was wearing green, like an avocado. So the alcalde notices something. A pattern. 2 fruits and 1 vegetable.
Actually, the avocado is a fruit, Excellency. No, you're right.
Don't argue with El Capitan, the alcalde.
On that one I won't. I get that technically the avocado is a fruit, but I wouldn't put that in a fruit salad. After we see Zorro in a couple new colors, like dark purple and blue, he goes to see Charlotte at the request of his brother. Charlotte professes her love for Zorro.
Boy, lady, are you barking up the wrong tree.
As Bunny is reporting back to Diego about Charlotte confessing her love to him, they get another visit from the alcalde. So, of course, Bunny goes to hide, and the alcalde tells Diego that he's got the perfect plan to get Zorro out.
I'm going to shoot 1 peasant a day until he gives himself up.
That's initiative. That's how you rule a country.
Thankfully, Diego talks him out of that plan. But once again, the alcalde suspects Diego.
Say something like a sissy boy.
I like to slather my steak in A1 sauce.
After all, AIDS is a deadly, incurable disease. But no matter how you come to judge Charles Wheeler and his partners in ethical and in human terms. The fact of the matter is, when they fired Andrew Beckett because he had AIDS, they broke the law.
Dude, what the hell?
And now say, you naughty evil alcalde!
You naughty evil alcalde!
What am I saying?
Towards the end there, I'm not even sure.
I just wanted to do what you said to do.
But just then, Bunny, as Zorro, steals the alcalde's horse and the money he had on his horse.
The people thank you, you repugnancy!
Don't worry. You'll get him.
Dude, you know how this movie ends.
Not really. I kept falling asleep. I was really drunk.
You were 6.
So I'm a late bloomer.
To lure in Zorro, Esteban decides he's going to throw a party, a costume party, to show off his wife's new necklace. A necklace so extravagant that Zorro would definitely want to steal it.
Genius!
But just in case, he assigns 4 guards to his wife.
Esteban! I don't like this!
Good.
Yeah, I don't think he cares. But now, Zorro arrives.
Here I am!
He's a little excited.
He's excited. Feel these nipples.
Pilfering fancy!
Don Diego.
Oh my God!
Why are you acting so surprised? You knew!
Of course I knew! Just had no idea.
But Diego tells him a servant came to his house and told him that at the alcalde's request, he was to show up dressed as Zorro.
A likely story.
What's the matter of this?
Apparently he was told as well.
Don Francisco! You are Zorro! Here I am!
And more. Apparently everybody got that message.
I didn't get that message.
Apparently everybody who counts got that message. Later at the party, Diego introduces his cousin, Margarita.
Great honor, Senor Conde.
The De La Vega eye candy. They always provide such primo box.
The alcalde is enamored with Margarita too.
Who wouldn't be?
Let us dance.
After they dance, the alcalde takes Margarita to the bar.
May I serve you, sir?
For Margarita.
4 margaritas.
I gotta admit, that was such a simple joke, but it always made me laugh. Florinda goes to the restroom because it's the one place that the guards cannot go with her.
But I can!
While the women are in the restroom, Esteban tells Diego what he thinks of his cousin.
She's a goddess.
I am so jelly right now.
Why?
She's got dibs.
In the restroom, Florinda is getting frustrated with Margarita. So she leaves, and once she gets near Esteban, Esteban notices that her necklace is gone. Diego tells him he can't believe that he was so deceived.
I promised to take him on a picnic.
Walk it off, Alcalde. Hey, I knew this whole time. Just mess with me, man.
Yeah. Later, Diego and brother meet to say their goodbyes. Diego's leg is healed and Bunny needs to go back to his ship in a couple of days. Diego thanks him for his help and rushes to be by Charlotte's side. Charlotte and Zorro share a kiss, and Charlotte informs Diego that she knows that he is Zorro.
What about Bunny?
She doesn't know about him yet. Diego has to leave as some soldiers are coming by, and it turns out that there was a man watching this the whole time. He goes to inform the alcalde about this.
Like a good law-abiding citizen should.
In return for this information, he tells the alcalde that he lives in a room with his mother and his 5 sisters, and all he wants is a room just for himself.
Your prayers are answered. Lock him up in solitary.
That's why you get the reward first, then share the information. Paco overheard the whole ordeal, so he rushes home to tell Diego. Esteban, to lure Zorro, is going to have Charlotte executed. Florinda, taking in that Zorro would come to save his love, says that this is incredibly romantic.
Would you sacrifice your life for me?
Please don't make me laugh. My stomach is upset already.
Theirs is a complicated relationship. But as the alcalde expected, Zorro has shown up.
Friggin' criminal. You better not hurt the alcalde.
The alcalde refuses to let Charlotte go.
Please, I'm not yours.
Yeah! Yeah! That's how you do it. That's how a man does it. Yeah.
Zorro asks not to be unmasked publicly. The alcalde grants that wish. Even though, let's face it, it's not like that mask is really hiding who you are.
Didn't work for R. Kelly.
No, it didn't. But just as they're about to shoot...
All for Zorro! Stand up and say so!
Bunny's back!
And he's bad!
And gold. Not only them, but all the peoples get into this. They start fighting against the oppression!
Don't you mean the democracy?
No! The alcalde is freaking out. He is yelling for the guards to arrest everyone!
Oh! Treasonous bastards! Well, at least he's got Florinda to stand by his side.
I'm glad to see you're finally developing a sense of humor, Esteban. Excuse me.
Bitch!
So now, Bunny's really gonna leave. He does have to get back to his ship, but everything's fine now. Charlotte tells Diego that now that the revolution is over, she thinks it's time for her to settle down, have some children.
I'm going to give you the biggest wedding you have ever had.
How many weddings has she had? But hey, at least it's a nice happy ending.
What the hell are you talking about?
There you have it. That's the classic movie, Zorro the Gay Blade.
What's with you and all these movies where the bad guys win?
What's with you and always rooting for the bad guy?
I wasn't rooting for Zorro. I was rooting for the alcalde.
He's the bad guy. Torturing innocent people just to line his greedy pockets. Killing Diego's father just to usurp his power. He's the bad guy. He had authority. He misused it.
Okay, you do what you gotta do to get power. Those people weren't innocent. They did not pay their taxes.
They couldn't because he was charging them more than they made.
They could have worked more jobs.
He would have just charged them more.
You know what? Your kind are full of excuses.
You're the reason tips get taxed. This movie did tank. It had a $12.6 million budget and it only did about 5.1 in the box office.
People didn't appreciate good comedy.
That is sadly the truth. They did not appreciate it for what it was. However, as the years have gone on, I'm sure it's made its money back. It does have a decent cult following. Not a really big one, though. It could be bigger. Let's help that.
Watch Joker. It's on the marquee at the end.
It actually is. Funny enough, though, the poster said zany, sensational, sexy. It only used one word that actually did have a Z. Slightly more than half the critics that actually watched this movie did not care for it, did not give it very good reviews. However, audience scores are much bigger. They love this movie. They appreciate it for what it is. Which is why, as I've said before, and I will say again, screw the critics. The critics like what you don't. And they hate what you love. Funny enough, as a kid growing up, this came out in 81. We probably started watching it around, 86, 87-ish?
I think I saw it around 85.
Maybe, when we were really little. And we really didn't get the concept of it. Like, honestly, it wasn't until I was an adult that I realized it was supposed to be a comedy. I was just like, cool action. It's Zorro, swords. And the fight scenes are pretty good, even for a comedy. As kids, I remember not getting the concept of Zorro the Gay Blade. Mostly because I didn't care. I was little. I just remember talking about the movie in school because I was just really into it. and somebody telling me that gay means homosexual. And then funny enough, I went home and I asked my dad, I'm like, is that true? Is that what that means? And I don't know if you remember this, but I remember our dad telling us, no, it just means happy. Back in the day, gay meant happy.
Zorro the Happy Blade.
Yeah, I remember thinking that is way worse than homosexual. Zorro the Happy Blade sounds gayer than Zorro the Gay Blade. I'll take Zorro the Gay Blade. Truth is, what I do like about it is, yeah, okay, the character of Bunny Wigglesworth was definitely homosexual, but they weren't like mean-spirited about it at all. It was just spoofing, kind of being fun with it, and it was a fun movie.
Yeah, it was.
But it really was. As a kid, especially why I loved it, like I said, not just Zorro, but colorful Zorro. Like, it was like a cool concept for me. Like, what if Zorro had other colors?
Oh, I get it now. The Gay Blade, because he had rainbow colors.
Sure. I don't know if gold is in the rainbow, but okay.
Taste the rainbow, Davy.
Zorro the Skittles Blade?
That would have been better.
Eh, I hate Skittles.
Oh.
Funny enough, this is the second time that George Hamilton spoofed a classic character. The first one, of course, in Love at First Bite, he plays Dracula, spoofing the Bela Lugosi character of Dracula. And then this, spoofing Frank Langella's Zorro.
Frank Langella was Zorro?
Yeah, in the Zorro movie that came out before this.
Huh.
You gotta remember, there's been lots of Zorro movies out there. Although we haven't had a Zorro movie since Antonio Banderas. Fix this, Hollywood.
Ryan Gosling should play Zorro.
Dude. Terry Crews.
Oh, yeah.
Or they should redo this movie, but instead of having one actor play both of them, Terry Crews should play straight-laced Zorro, and Nick Cage should play Zorro the Gay Blade.
Oh, that's the new Kevin Hart Rock movie. Kevin Hart will be Zorro, The Rock will be the Gay Blade.
Shut up and take my money! Funny enough, in some countries, they didn't like the name Zorro the Gay Blade, so it was actually titled Zorro Swings Away.
That sounds dirty.
I think Gay Blade is a better name.
Yeah.
Thing is, though, is nowadays, okay, this isn't exactly PC. It's a bunch of white actors playing Mexicans.
We're Mexicans, we don't care.
We don't. Not to mention, of course, it is spoofing off of gay people. But again, like I said, don't get too upset by that. It's not mean-spirited at all. It's just fun. And keep in mind, it wasn't being mean-spirited back in '81 when it was perfectly acceptable to be mean-spirited.
Oh, yeah.
And they still didn't go there. So give them that credit. So on that note, I would definitely highly recommend, if you haven't seen Zorro the Gay Blade, that you take it for what it is and enjoy the classic comedy known as Zorro the Gay Blade. So there you have it. That's our Brothers Not Lovers movie review. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And if you did, make sure to hit like, hit subscribe, hit the little bell so you get notifications from when we post new videos, and leave a comment. If you've seen Zorro the Gay Blade, tell us what you thought of Zorro the Gay Blade. Tell us who your favorite Zorro is. Love you guys.